Hello. It's my pleasure to bring another devotion to you this morning, and the title of our devotion is titled, Boundaries Are Our Friends. This is a topic that may sound kind of strange on the outset, but one that I am very passionate about and eager to talk to you about this morning. If you think about boundaries, the word boundaries, and you're in athletics, you know that boundaries are truly very important pieces of a contest, an athletic contest. In fact, here you see some pictures of maybe some of the most valuable people in an athletic contest. These are the people who are responsible for drawing down the boundaries for where the games will be played. Can you imagine playing basketball without boundaries, football without boundaries, soccer? Every sport in the world must have boundaries because if there were no boundaries, the games would be ruined, wouldn't they? Well, I'm here to tell you that the good news for us in our lives is that there are boundaries for our lives. And the Bible, God has very clearly drawn boundaries in the Bible for us in which to live our lives. And I drew a little blue rectangle here with a white line to represent the boundaries. And if you read the Bible, as we read the Bible, we read that these kinds of behaviors tend to radiate from people who are living their lives in bounds. They're peaceful, they're forgiving, they're generous, they're respectful, they're honest, and there are many other values that we could put in here, but these are some examples of behaviors that tend to radiate from people who are in bounds. And part of our job as leaders today, as coaches, as teachers, as parents, as colleagues, would be to draw the boundaries for the young people that we are privileged to serve. That's part of our job description, to help them realize the boundaries. And I'm concerned about this topic because we tend to live in a society today that tends to do this: pretend that there are no boundaries. It doesn't take very long to turn on an MTV program or a sitcom or to pick up a news article, a magazine, and you see that society is eager to talk about behaviors that are out of bounds. And we put those kinds of behaviors on TV. So our job is to help young people see that there are boundaries where behaviors that we want to adopt in our lives and behaviors that are clearly out of bounds. This is our calling. Part of our calling as teachers and coaches is to show young people the behaviors that are clearly out of bounds. Okay, and I just listed a few up here: drugs, stealing, cheating, sexual immorality, lying, and again, there are many others that we could put on this diagram. But our job is to help differentiate between in-bounds behavior and out-of-bounds behavior. And as we do that, it's my contention that as we draw boundaries for young people, we do them a favor because we take some pressure off of them. We take some pressure off of them because they see where they should act, how they should act, what kinds of behaviors they should embrace as they live their lives. But if they have to figure it out themselves, where are they going to get the boundaries set? If they have to figure that out for themselves in life, it takes Christian leaders to clearly draw those boundaries. And I contend we take some pressure off of them. If I could give you just a real quick example of what I'm talking about here in pressure. When I was 22, 23, I went to a party in Denver. I'm from Denver, Colorado, and it was a summer 4th of July party with some high school friends that I had not seen for 5-6 years. And we got into this van driving up to Evergreen, Colorado. And sure enough, on this trip up the mountains, one of the guys took out a marijuana joint and lit it and passed that thing around the van. And it came to me in the back. And what did I do? I took that thing like this, and I took that thing like this, and passed it on, and got to the party and did not ride back to Denver with that same group of people. But I want to tell you, I tell you this story because this kind of behavior for me at that stage in my life was easy to do. Because my Christian parents, my Christian teachers, my Christian coaches had taught me that behavior was clearly out of bounds. So as we draw the boundaries, we give clarity to today's youth as to good behavior, bad behavior. And the Bible puts it this way. Jesus said in John chapter 8, verses 31 through 32, Jesus said to those who believed in him, "If you obey my teaching, you are really my disciples. You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." Did you catch that? You will know the boundaries, and the boundaries will set you free. So my friends, part of our job description is to show our young people the truth by highlighting the boundaries of where life should be played. And I want to tell you, on that particular day, when I took the marijuana joint and did this, that was easy to do. I made the right decision on that day, but I've got to tell you, I'll be the first to admit, there have been many, many, many days that I've been out of bounds. But the happiest days of my life have been when I've been in bounds. And if you evaluate your lives, I would imagine you would have similar reflections on your own life. The happiest days. We tell our young people we are not perfect, all right? But the happiest days are those days we strive to stay in bounds. I want to conclude by reminding you that Jesus Christ came to this earth for two reasons. One reason was to live his life perfectly in bounds. If you see this red cross, you'll see that the red cross is perfectly in bounds. Jesus Christ came to fulfill the law because none of us can do that. Jesus Christ never, ever, ever went out of bounds. So as we read about his life in the Bible, we become inspired, we become motivated, we get some guidance on how to live our lives more like that and live in bounds. And the second reason Jesus Christ came to this earth is that because every single day you and I go out of bounds. And Jesus Christ came to erase that, erase our sins. Jesus Christ came to pay the price for all of our sins, pay the price for all the times that we are out of bounds. And we thank God that we are forgiven leaders, forgiven teachers, forgiven coaches, who are forgiven by God's grace, and we are now empowered to forgive our athletes and students and family members when they go out of bounds. But part of our job today is to boldly show the boundaries of life as defined by God. May God be with you today as you lead. Continue your enthusiasm and passion for leading and making a difference in the lives of those young people that you're privileged to serve. God bless you.